Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Wednesday or day. Okay, let's see. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Looks like everything is working so far, the way it should be anyway. Um, let's see here. Catitude really wants to see all the hats. Holy shnikes. No, there's no way we made it already. We made it already? Oh my. Rose. See, now I got to go in there and thank everybody for everything. Oh, well, I'm not going to complain. Everybody's getting all the likes. Catitude's just throwing $2 at everybody. All right, poll. I have enough backup power for a while, but need more solar panels to maintain the batteries. I'm trying to figure out how I was able to watch the chat so easily last time. Um, maybe I did something over here. I'm not exactly sure. Last time it was really easy to do, and I can't remember why. All right, let's see here. What the hell? Someone's blowing up. All right. I don't care if the software update is done. What is this mess? Uh, Come on, phone. No. All right. Let's see. Let's roll back in here into the chat. Now I got to roll back up here and say hi to everybody. Let's see. What do we got here? Rose, looks like you are first. And West Virginia Pappy, number 2. Debbie, you are the third, but I think Debbie may be the first. She's almost always the first. No, YouTube, I do not want to put mid-roll things in the chat here. I don't want no advertisements. Catitude, alrighty then. Canada, 51st state. Chuck is in the house. Deanna, good. Andy Pearson, Light Raider, Pastor of Reality, Tuck, Ian. Let's see here. The 10th Super Unalive. Let's celebrate the 10th Super Unalive. I want to click. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Where are we at here? Pamlico Prepper. Let's see. Denise Galloway, I Trust Gold, and Mike. All right, guys. Good morning. Looks like Ian threw another one at me. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a heart. There we go. And I don't know if I can do that. Music, Woodlands. What is up, Big LPO? What's up, MI? Rustic Woodlands. Let's see here. Lazy Fundamental. Good morning. Good morning. Love when people drop in and say good morning. I need to shrink the size of this chat because I think it's too large or something like that. Control Z. Let's not do that. I want the chat itself. That's not it. Where is this damn? and then we're gonna slide you over just a hair. There we go. All right, so maybe I should move over here. There we go. All right, so this live stream is inspired by our friends the drones. Um, what it's so every day we're getting a new piece of information. Every day we're let's see here. It's that old black wolf you don't remember. Okay, I don't remember. Give me a name there, old black wolf. Um, but every day we're getting pushed or fed information about what's going on with these drones. And I started thinking about like, I mean, even the girlfriend's watching it going, this is really starting to get scary. You got people in the government. I listened to the Speaker of the House live say that he received briefs from DHS, from the CIA, from DOD, and they're giving there's there's nothing to see here. Um, yeah, I mean, it's good to see you on still. Crazy times. Gotcha. I'm getting old. I'm not getting old. I'm just having a bad hair day. Okay, just having a bad hair day. But so basically all of the the three-letter agencies are just saying, don't worry about it. And you have to start to think about when you would just a bit more misinformation or what they want us to know right now. It you there's a lot of stuff that's happening in Washington right now, and it's hard to tell exactly what's happening. So they're clearly not giving any information to even the lawmakers, or the lawmakers have the information and they're lying. Somebody's lying again. Someone is not telling the truth again. Okay. So I wanted to think about like what were the possibilities, things. Yesterday we did so well with engagement on like if you think this is not if this is logical or not. Okay. So um one of the things or there's a couple of things. It's so mind-blowing the things that are going on in the world right now. Okay. Well, let's see. There's kind of two possibilities now as far as like losing power because our enemies or the people or the things that we might be dumb enough to attack. And I don't want people to think I'm like this crazy alien guy, but it's just the realm of possibility is there. But then you kind of come back down to like what happens in the human world, and there's only where things are slowly getting refined. Okay. Um, and then the third thing was well, let's cover the psyop first. All right. So there's a very good possibility that this is a giant psyop that's happening by our government, which would kind of make sense, but almost doesn't make sense because that would require both the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ, the Department of Homeland Security to all be operating in cahoots in order uh, to mess with us, to do whatever it is they're doing that we can't understand, that we can't figure out. Okay, because there's a stumbling block on the YouTubes and in the world of news where no one knows what the hell is going on. And so there's a possibility that a psyop is going on. Apparently, they just recently changed the law that allowed you to fly drones at night, which is absolutely stupid. But that's the reason why we now have drones that are the size of vehicles flying above our house, lower than 500 feet, which aircraft are not required to fly under over residential areas. They're not allowed to be under 500 feet. And these drones are flying around 400 feet, which is that buffer. There's a 4 to 500 feet buffer. It's a 100-foot buffer that keeps aircraft buffered away from drones, which are technically aircraft by FAA regulations. So it's this weird conundrum that they've created but it would require all of these agencies to be working. Otherwise, the other one might be asking questions. So if you think that it's a psyop, if what I've just said to you makes perfect sense, and yeah, you believe it's a psyop or could be a psyop, I want you to put a number 1 in the chat. If you think that it makes sense, it makes sense. Something to think about. Put a number 2 in the chat. And if you think that no, it's not a psyop. It's definitely not a psyop. The government would never do that to us. Then put a number 3 in the chat. And I'm going to drink some coffee and wait for you to fill the chat. And then we'll move on to the next one because inquiring minds want to know. We got a 1, we got a 2. Okay. Okay. So am I rustic? It's definitely a 3. Doesn't think it's a psyop. Very cool. I've got leather skin, Broseph. I've got leather skin. I really do wish I remember who you were. Okay, because I do not recognize your name. So lots of 1. So everybody thinks pretty much it could be a psyop, but we got a couple of dissenters, and that is just fine. Because I've got 2 more options for you. Let's see here. I don't even have a guess. 2, I suppose. 1, but psyop on world scale. Yeah, West Virginia Pappy, I'm tracking with you. But here's the thing. I watch Sky News, and I don't see them talking about this ever. So it kind of leans into alien realm. You know what I'm saying? Miko says, that's mean. I can fly my 2 drones at night. They don't do night vision. Yeah, I mean, drones can't see anything at night, so it's got to be they have to be sensor-driven arrays. It's that easy. Let's see here. 1-5. Morning. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Gnostic is in the house. Just got here. What's the options? Okay, so the option is, first we're talking about, there's basically 3 options. So the first option I'm talking about is a psyop. Drones being used as a psyop against the American public for whatever reason, even though West Virginia Pappy believes it's global. And 1 is, yes, I believe that could be happening. 2 is, it's a thought, but, and yeah, okay. And 3 is, no, it's not a psyop. Those are your options. Deanna, 1973, good morning. Could be psyop, but I'm not feeling it here. Gotcha. I got you. Bullseye, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. You're not that late. You're good. You're good. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second option. And remember that, guys, that these are my opinions. And this is focused on reasons why we would lose power. Okay. So the second one is if the Russians attacked. I don't think the Chinese have the gonads to do it. I really don't. I think they're I want to say they're yellow, but I would be speaking in the Civil War pejorative term, not as in the racist "this is the color of your skin" term, because you guys know I don't care about any of that crap. I don't think they've got it. I don't think they've got the intestinal fortitude, the sack to do anything to us. The Russians, yes. The Russians, yes, and things are actually escalating. I'm gonna hopefully I've got this right. Let me push this button real quick. Hopefully nothing explodes. That one. Let's push that button right there. Let's see. Do I have? Looks like I have multiple sound sources. And here we go. Oh, where's the damn chat at? Where's the damn chat at? What in the hell? Somebody type something in the chat. I don't care if you type. So there we. This chat just wasn't populating. That is so weird. Valuable of a customer in China. Absolutely, absolutely. Everything is a psyop. Okay, so watch this, guys. Watch this.
Early morning in southeast Moscow, and a Russian general leaves his apartment building with his military aide. To their left, a bomb concealed in a parked scooter detonates, both men killed in the blast. Another camera captures the force of the explosion. It shatters windows, punctures walls, terrifies neighbors.
My wife and I were woken by a loud explosion. At first, we thought it was a drone.
Right now you see a lot of police, but usually everything is open. Anybody can go in and out.
Minimal security then for a high-profile member of Russia's military. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov was head of the radiological, biological and chemical protection troops, and had just been charged by Kiev in his absence with responsibility for what it says are nearly 5,000 instances of chemical weapons use on the battlefield. Sources within Ukraine's security service have been quoted claiming responsibility for the attack.
Наши враги поспешили Our enemies have already rushed to publish information about their involvement. The investigators must find the killers in Russia, and we must do everything to destroy the patrons who are in Kyiv, the military political leadership of Ukraine.
Kirillov was a familiar figure on Russian media, where he'd frequently accused Ukraine and the Anglo-Saxon West of illegal chemical, nuclear and biological activity.
I think what's interesting is why he's been targeted. It's not just by the Ukrainians, if we assume the Ukrainians to take action against the man who's been responsible for use of chemical weapons against their troops in Ukraine, but I think also as a figurehead for the sort of lies being pushed out, and also to send a message to the wider Russian state that no one is beyond reach of the Ukrainian special forces.
On the battlefield, Russia has been assaulting Ukrainian positions occupying Russian territory in the Kursk region. Ukrainian units posting these images say they show North Korean troops being targeted, as many as 50 men killed over the course of 3 days.
For the third day, the enemy is conducting intensive assaults in the Kursk region. North Korean army units are being actively engaged. Their mercenaries have already suffered big losses.
But this is a war being fought on other fronts. With Russia's economy under growing stress, it's ever more reliant on its shadow fleet of sanctions-busting oil tankers. 2 broke up in the Black Sea over the weekend. Today, a third issued a distress signal. The environmental costs are mounting. There are reports that shortened riverine vessels, unsuitable for heavy seas, are being used. The Prime Minister in Estonia promising to sanction 2 Russian maritime companies and 20 ghost tankers, less forthcoming on this morning's attack in Moscow.
I think that's a developing situation, but this morning's discussion was very clear about the strategic need for NATO to stand as we do with Ukraine in this critical period.
Critical as both sides seek advantage, take risks, with just over a month before the return of Donald Trump to the White House and his pledge to impose a swift end on this war.
Okay, so as you can see, things are not going great for Russia right now. Old Vladimir Putin has vowed to strike back at this assassination. Now, somebody actually put it in the chat. CIA did it. My guess is 100% right. There's, unfortunately, nothing happens in Ukraine without America or NATO's input. Now, what this basically has done is this has, in essence, given Putin the it makes him feel as if now he has the right to strike back. That this was at the minimum a NATO issue. Even though the Ukrainians have become very sophisticated between drone technology and infiltration. They speak the language. They look, they talk, they act. They're very spy capable. They have assets in their region. But Putin is already saying things like, we're gonna get whoever did this, and we're gonna make them pay. And so they would be looking for excuses. Now, one of the things that they could do is, I hate to say this because it's almost like Trump when he telegraphs, which he doesn't do a lot anymore. But when he telegraphs, it's like, well, what if we just EMP'd the United States, and that'll shut them down for a little while, and that'll basically take the meat and potatoes right out of NATO. NATO won't know what to do, and then I can like attack whatever I want to attack, because NATO will be like, oh no, we don't have Big Brother to help us. So that is actually something that has been thought about. So there may be some retaliation for those particular things, whether we like it or not. And if the U.S. were to get involved, or if the Russians felt as if the U.S. might get involved more than they are now, then they might preemptively EMP us, and that would basically send the United States back to the Stone Age. We're talking about years to rebuild the infrastructure. So, and anybody who disavows that clearly doesn't understand how poorly or how weak our infrastructure is, how easy it is to get to it. All right. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to check the chat here real quick here. Where are we at here? I wish I could make that box a little bigger. Can I do that? I can't. Look at that. All right. Let's see here. Bullseye says, you look into Operation Northwoods. It's 9/11 from the 60s. Gotcha. Um, NATO stands with Ukraine is a big statement. Hey, Bird Lady's here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rose says, news reported caught bomber was from Uzbekistan. I mean, that's possible. That's possible. But the thing is the CIA never operates directly. They don't be like, hey, let's send this extremely white dude over into Eastern Europe to blow something up, and then he'll never get caught there. No, they pay somebody to do it who's from another country, who works for another service or has skills, and then that person might actually pay another person. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So let's see here. Let's see. Trump. The whole Russia thing is they're worried that Trump and Putin will join to kick their asses. To kick whose ass? Well, I guess it's the bad guys, the WHO, stuff like that. Let's see. 2014 overthrow. Oh yeah, 2014. The CIA definitely overthrew the Ukrainian government. They actually tried it once before and failed, but they were able to do it. We're the ones that talked them into giving up their nuclear weapons. I mean, it's crazy, man. Tuck says our infrastructure is built entirely on the premise that uh, bad things never happen. Exactly. Let's see. Always public deniability. Ben, that is believe very much. All right. So we could lose our power system due to an EMP. So things are. The WHO is owned and operated by China. I would say, yeah, the WHO, the World Health Organization. Yes, yes. Let's see here. Okay, so that's some interconnectivity as to have we lost power. As usual, the purpose of this channel is to educate, and we will get to that after we get our third thing in. So, believe it or not, people are thinking about it. People are thinking about it. Alien attack. Like right now, is this just a big reconnaissance thing with the drones? Oh no, they're definitely U.S. assets. Well, okay, well, they're not like any type of U.S. asset we've ever seen. I watched videos yesterday of orbs destroying other drones. Okay. Um, I saw videos yesterday of these drones that were firing at the ground. What they were doing, I don't know. I saw one that scared the bejesus out of me. But I was just like, no, this has got to be fake. This has got to be somebody playing games. It almost looked like something out of a Star Wars movie, or with it like the alien angular, ships, and it's just like no lights on. It's just this black thing flying across the sky, doing circles around a spot, and I'm thinking, no, no, someone's playing games. That's what's happening here. But it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, and it makes you wonder if people have actually thought of this stuff. So I did a little research, um, and apparently the U.S. Air Force is put some info into this. Guys, do me a favor, put something in the chat so that thing will fire up real quick. And there we go. Good very much. And this was NBC News. When aliens attack, we will put up a fair fight. Question mark. This is from June of 2012. So this has been thought of, and the government has said things about it. Let's see here. Institute of Electronic Engineers. The IE Institute of Electronic Engineers raised a question in a Q&A with a senior astronomer of SETI Institute in Mountain View, California, who spent his time hunting for aliens and helping Hollywood depict them on the big screen. He doubts we'll survive any attack. Whoever takes the trouble to come visit us is probably more aggressive, is probably a more aggressive personality. And if they have the technology to come here, the idea that we can take them on is like Napoleon taking on the U.S. Air Force. We're not going to be able to defend ourselves very well. And I don't tell you guys this to scare you. I tell you that it's a talking point. It's a thought. People are scared. They're scared of these freaking drones. Okay. So some of the things to think about. Let's see here. Weapons grade laser lights not enough to attach to a fighter jet and blast away at fighter saucers. So we don't have the technology to fire lasers at moving objects, things like that. I mean, we've got some. The Israelis have a few things. but it's not something that it's locked in stone. It's not something that's readily available to us. Oh my God, let's go blow up some aliens with our laser beams. It doesn't exist. Hypersonic drones that fly at approximately 13,000 miles per hour. In the Senate hearings that were going on, or I'll say congressional hearings because I can't remember which ones it were. Um, they were talking about these things that were just flying along, became completely motionless, and then within seconds, shot straight up to 80,000 feet. I mean, seconds. So, we don't have things that have the ability to fly at that rate. Let's see here. A helicopter airplane blend called a disc rotor that is nimble of the alien spaceship. There was something that was similar to that we could use, but that technology doesn't exist. It's all theoretical. An unmanned surface ship able to track even the quickest submarines should the aliens come from within. Oh my God, here we are talking about, aliens and fricking coming out of the water. Wow. Let's see, a range of high-tech bullets and armor that could maybe prepare us for battle. They don't exist, guys. I was in the military for a long damn time, and I forgot. I'm a little caught up in things because we're getting ready to start getting into the power stuff. So, as usual, we will start with the first hat. There we go. Something in the chat. What you think about that one? What you think about that one? Right? The thing's got horns for days. Whether any of this weaponry would be sufficient to save us from attack is questionable. An alien generated electromagnetic pulse, or EMP, he noted, would likely render most of our weapons useless. Wow. Wow. Guys, we've got to think about, as preparers, we've got to think about preparers. Preparers. Let's shorten that. Preparers to preppers. There you go. There you go. So, we've got to think about how we're going to operate. And most people have no idea what to do once the power goes out. Once these things stop working, what to do, how to even think about it. Wait a minute, I didn't make my aluminum foil hat yet, Mika. Aluminum Viking arise. Maybe I need one like get one of those horns or something. I've got a couple others down here, but they're not covered with aluminum. There were other ones. And we went through this fad a couple years ago where people were sending me hats to wear online. And I was just like, this was the only one I covered with aluminum. Actually, like I said, there's another one someplace, but I don't remember where it is. I've got to find it. But I've got a couple other down here. You guys put out, we met the goal and we actually went over our goal to make money for the new laptop. So I will be wearing the hats, and this live stream will last as long as it needs to. Ironically, it's not getting hot. Maybe the aliens are paying attention to me because this thing normally starts to heat up really quick. I can't believe the insulative effects of the skull, hair, and cranium mixed with plastic and aluminum foil. All right. So yeah, those are some things, guys. Those are some things. All right, so we need to talk about living without electricity. Right now, the current poll has 26 votes, 46%. What the question is, what would worry you most about electric? What would worry you most without electricity? And 46% say food spoilage, 27% say communications breakdown, 19 no heating and cooling, and 8% say no heat, no clean water. So these variables are changing. I'm not telling you guys to do the poll. I'm just telling you that it exists. There is something there. All right. So if we continue to move along here, living without electricity in today's world would prevent a significant, or should present a significant challenge for the modern prepper. Nearly every aspect of modern life, communications, food storage, transportation, heating, cooling, and even basic routines relies on electricity. What I've done is I've set up a detailed breakdown of what life would look like without it, followed by ways to adapt to it. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I talk about stuff, you write some stuff down, I talk about what you wrote down. Also, if you guys have not hit that like button, do me a favor, hit that. That draws more people in here, and it is greatly appreciated. Okay, so how life without electricity would disrupt modern conveniences, because electricity doesn't mean life. Electricity means convenience. It's, electricity means not having to burn a candle. That's how it all started. It means not having to use fire to cook. It means so many different things, all the way down to the electric car. That's how we've evolved. So, the first thing on the list is communication breakdowns. Now, the impact of communication breakdowns are that, the cell phones, the internet, the landline phones would be non-functional. Cutting off communication with the outside world. I would no longer be able to talk to anybody on the planet that I had their number, their profile, their name, anything. I would no longer be able to do that. News and updates would cease unless battery-powered radios were available, which is why we always tell people to get themselves a hand crank or battery-powered radio so that they can scan the frequencies to hear someone talking about something. Now, reality. Loss of instant connectivity means no real-time updates on crisis, no ability to contact loved ones, and no social media or email to coordinate plans. It would literally turn into local word of mouth. And if messengers or strangers came by, they could tell you what was going on. All right. The aluminum's starting to dig into my head. So we're going to switch hats. We're going to switch hats. This one actually hurts my head, but I'll wear it for a little while. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right. So the next thing would be food storage and cooking. Now, the impact it's going to be that refrigerators and freezers would stop working, leading to food storage probably within 24 to 72 hours. I'm sorry, food spoilage. Modern cooking appliances like electric stoves, something just crazy just happened. Let's go ahead and reload that. My YouTube studio just did some really wonky stuff. I don't know what it is. What it is. All right, let's fix that. All right. So, uh, you know, um, modern cooking appliances like electric stoves, ovens, and microwaves would be useless. Now, the reality is that many households would see most of their perishable foods wasted. Convenience, convenience meals would be inaccessible, and cooking would need to revert to fire or gas powered solutions. And these are things that we should be thinking about. It's like if you are depending, if my stove dies, then I have a propane stove that I can put right on top of it. That's my plan. I've done it before in many hurricanes. It does work. I'm just down to 2 burners instead of 4, and I'm using a different fuel, and I have to really pay attention to what I'm doing so I'm not wasting the fuel because it is finite. Um, all right, so let me see. I'm going to go over here. I can make this chat. Maybe I can make this chat a little bigger. Maybe I can do that, and then I can slide this over. I'm still doing all this learning stuff here for you guys. I'm going to drag this down to here, and then I'm going to drag this down to here so I have more chat to look at. All right, so I'm going to go to the chat here real quick here. Matter of fact, we're going to go right to chat. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? Isn't lethal, isn't LSD isn't lethal. What are we talking about LSD for? We have 20 days without electricity after Hurricane Helene. Not fun, but I learned a lot. Absolutely, 100%. That's how we actually learn these things because we rarely practice them anymore. Um, let's see here. Larry and Maddie Witcherhold. Okay, nice to meet you. And I don't recognize. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm not worried because Jesus comes also does his promises. Nice. And Tucson Prepper, don't recognize you either. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It would destroy this country in a month. Yes, unfortunately, the power going out absolutely it's a major issue because we are a modern society that we depend on electricity. And everything from the Walmart generators finally dying to the just-in-time logistics systems. An EMP would take out a lot of vehicles, and those vehicles are normally semi-trucks that go all over the world in the nation and deliver our food for us so that we don't go crazy and die. So yeah, I think you're being less than conservative with the 1 month. I mean, in fact, there's been studies that say within 90 days, a huge percentage of the nation would be dead. So yeah, it would have a very not just crippling but destructive effect on our nation. Let's see here, and the hats are not a normal. I only do this when people give me money. I need money for a new computer. Is the problem for the new people. Let's see, Miko says, electrician me to me is instant gratification. Snap finger is there. You go to remember, though, not to get lazy. You still got to do the hard work. There you go. Let's see here. Those fiery arrows get Jesus, they get put out. Gotcha, Larry. Um, let's see here. Tuck, no, the 50x and higher in tests. I don't. Old dad's prepping. Welcome to the stream. I don't recognize you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I don't know what that and I don't know. I don't speak emoticon. Sorry, or emojis. I'm sorry. I don't speak emojis. But hey, you keep doing you, bro. Miko says solar generation, solar panels, as small wind turbines provide enough power for small electrical devices unless you go on a large scale. Um, they can do lots of stuff. Birdlife said, yes, I started butchering my chickens recently and I am canning them instead of freezing. The freezer pulls a lot from the generators, 100%. Let's see, let's see here. The mockery in Nate say is temporary. I don't know what that's about, but that's okay. Mr. J, good morning. All are welcome here, Larry. All are welcome. I only have one rule. You can say what you want, just don't be a dick. And I don't see that happening, so welcome to the stream. Let's see here. I dig the hat. Fits the beard well. I know, right? Bum, bum, bum. I'm pretty sure Cat me all these hats. I'll be honest. It was Catitude who bought me all these hats. So I don't wear them very often because people take me less seriously. Like they tune in to a live stream and they see this kind of craziness going on here. You know. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's see here. Old Dad, subscribe. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Make sure you store up firewood and kindling. 100%, 100%. And I hate to say this, even if you don't have a fireplace, because we talked about the ability to make rocket stoves out of bricks quite easily. So it's something to think about. Me and the woman share an account. I hope so. Both your names are on it. That's how it works. As soon as diesel fuel is gone, farmers will have to kill all the animals. I believe, yeah, but you know what? Hopefully they slaughter them and then they pass them out to everybody and then they can that meat. Something happened. Solar is good, diesel generators are good, but definitely finite in sources. Absolutely. All right, so let's go back to the main screen. All right, guys. So let's see here. Water and sanitation issues. All right, this one's giving me a headache. I've got one more to wear, and then we're gonna call it. This is one of my favorite ones, but I don't know if it works for me. You guys tell me. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Someone screenshot. Having too much fun. Water and sanitation issues. Impact. In many urban areas, water pumps rely on electricity. Water delivery would stop, leaving taps dry. Toilets would no longer flush, and water waste treatment plants could shut down. Actually, would shut down. They run on electricity, risking disease outbreaks. Reality. Access to clean water becomes a primary concern. Bathing, cleaning, and safe drinking water would require manual collection and purification. Guys, my biggest thing in life, my three pillars are water, food, and security. Okay. And water is always the first one in that order. the reality is that, water is life. It really is. You either need it to put it in your body or you need it to clean your body. The nice thing I can it's like scratch my nose. It's not real steel, it's plastic. Anyway, um, water is necessary, because if you don't stay clean, then you could get cut and get an infection, or you could have a virus or something, all the bad things happen when you don't wash your body. We found this out through the thing that we cannot speak of, the we found that out. The people who stayed clean stayed healthy. It's that easy. If they caught it, it wasn't worse. Just the craziest stuff. And then you got to put enough in your water, enough in your body every day to keep you from dying from the dehydration, from, basically, diarrheaing yourself to death is what it comes down to. So do these things. We've got to. All right, let's see. Number 4, heating and cooling failures. The impact of this is that central heating systems, air conditioning, and electric power fans, or electric powered fans, would no longer operate. In winter, homes become dangerously cold. In summer, they become dangerously hot. Now, the reality is that extreme temperatures could become life-threatening, particularly for children, the elderly, and those with health conditions. I talked about this when I gave my class on Preparedness 101 at the, where was that? Out there in Tennessee. They asked me to come speak. I can't remember what it was called. It's got too many words, so my brain is not going to work right now. But anyway, children are highly susceptible to dehydration. And we take it for granted that our kids are drinking enough liquids. I mean, one juice box a day won't keep the diarrhea away. And we have to, in emergency situations, truly ensure that children are maintaining their hydration levels. We have to do it. We have to do it. Okay. Transportation and fuel shortages. We just talked about that a little bit. Um, Impact. Gas pumps use electricity to operate, halting fuel distribution. Electric vehicles become unstable, and supply chain disruptions would cripple the delivery of goods. Exactly 100% totally true. Reality. Without fuel or functional transportation, people would rely on walking, cycling, or other manual means of travel. Essential items like food and medicine would quickly run out. 100%. Number 6, medical systems collapse. Impact. Hospitals and clinics depend on electricity for life support machines. Refrigeration for medicine and lighting backup generators only last for a short period. I believe the hospitals are mandated at 72 hours. The reality is that health emergencies could turn deadly without medical devices, clean facilities, and medications. 100%. They just turn into caves. Um, the loss of entertainment and productivity is the last thing that we would be talking about. Not having any more impact. Televisions, streaming services, gaming consoles, and computers would stop working. This stream would no longer exist. Work from home setups would collapse. You could no longer work from home. And productivity in most industries would plummet. Reality. People would struggle to adjust without instant entertainment or digital tools, leading to boredom, frustration, and societal stress. Oh. All right. So if you guys want another helmet, you're gonna have to kick some money in. You're gonna have to kick some money in. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the chat. I'm gonna let that prime up. Then do some reading. Let's see here. Let's see. Spartan helmet, cool. Let's see. The anonymous prepper. Where's the anonymous prepper? Where's the anonymous prepper at? I don't remember seeing it. Anonymous prepper, welcome to the stream. No recognize you. Hit that subscribe button. 50-gallon backup. Your water heater. Spartacus. Let's see. The biggest prep is your fitness. In my Humble opinion. Yes, absolutely. If you are not, and I mean, we're not saying become like, Johnny Atlas and stuff. I'm really showing my age there. By the way, if you've seen, there's a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger walking with 5 bodyguards, wearing a really ugly Christmas sweater in New York City, and boy, he's looking beat up. He's looking rough. He's looking rough. So prayers for that guy. Um, I think his body is just, he's getting old, and yeah. So anywho, we're not talking about becoming like weightlifters and stuff. We're talking about general fitness. We're talking about the ability to move your body, to carry your body weight, to function. You know what I'm saying? If needed, at the minimum, to be a watchstander who won't fall asleep because he's in a Cheetos coma, that kind of thing. Okay. So, with that said, fitness, you're absolutely right. 1-5. Let's see. Sleep out. Let's see. It stops a lot of online drama. Smartest thing we do, the unwanted friend request. The unwanted friend request. I love it, man. Let's see here. Not a lot of rookies here. Say a lot of experience, but cheering for the newbies. Let's see. It's not the same threat level, and it isn't except in mega doses. You're schooling me on psychedelics. That is simple. Someone lied to you. Probably the government. Be nice, guys. No electricity in the South in September was not fun. I spent more time outside than inside. Yes, true. Um, Siphon, hand drill. The South is going to have basements. They stay 60 to 70 degrees year round. Actually, a lot of homes in the South don't have basements. That's kind of a North thing, but I mean, they exist. Don't get me wrong. Um, no one cares about entertainment. Yes, they do. They're addicted to these things, Bird Lady. They're addicted to these things. Everything is live streamed. Who's got a cable bill? Nobody. Let's see here. Let's see. Should see. Beer will become crucial. I love it. Just walk 30 minutes a day to stay fit. There you go. There you go. Let's see, but it will definitely be a problem with millions of people deal with the same addiction. Playing games. You guys wrote some stuff in here, man. We need a basement. Hand tools are critical. All right, Dynamite guys. We've already reached the halfway point. And not in time, but actually in show. We have another half to go here. But before we do that, as usual, guys, we need to wake up the algorithm. And the way we do that is by telling people we love our country. If you love your country, not your government, your country, put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to read some stuff. I'm going to talk some smack. And I'm going to do some shameless self-promotion. Okay, guys, as you can see, I've put up the EMP shield thing because we are talking about what's more likely like an EMP attack. Guys, I have a plan. Hopefully you do too. I have an EMP shield device on every one of my vehicles. And in the event that some stuff goes down, I'm going to get in my vehicle and drive where I want to go and get the stuff that I need until my gasoline runs out. But I will be able to pick up people. I'll be able to get grandma. I'll be able to do all of the things. Yes, they make them for your mini bike as well. But be careful, those things are dangerous. Anyway, if you guys want to save some money, basically $50 off your EMP Shield device, they probably still have double coupons going right now. Sometimes they just leave those things on with these affiliates that I work with. So take a look at the EMP Shield device, guys. They are expensive, but they do work. And believe it or not, they've been tested. And they're on government vehicles, and they're on county vehicles. And they're all over the damn place, actually, and they actually have a lifetime guarantee. So do me a favor, guys, use that code LOCALPREPPER and save $50 on the EMP Shield device. If you don't believe they work, do the research and find out. You will find out. Back to the main screen. Okay, looks like let's see here. Where are we at here? The sword showed up. What's up, Broseph? Gotta run, big dog. Work call. Stay safe, Papa. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's see. Chemtrails are propaganda. Okay. You guys, take a breath. You guys all take a breath. All right, so now we need to talk about how we can adapt to life without electricity because it's, you know, talking about it is a lot of basically people just talk. They just talk about stuff. They don't actually like learn, you know. I'm playing with my phone. They don't actually like learn anything, you know. They just like have an opinion on stuff. Let's actually talk about adapting to life without electricity. Now, one of the first things is that, you know, we're going to have to establish an alternative means of communication. You know, one of the solutions is, you know, definitely want to invest in a battery powered or hand crank radio for news updates and emergency broadcasts. You know, walkie talkies, handheld radios. They offer reliable off grid communications with other human beings. So you definitely want to get your hands on some of those things. Now we need to think of this in the realm of adaptation. Okay, when we talk about adaptation, how are we going to do that? How are we going to adapt to this? The way we're going to do it is we're going to learn basic radio protocols and ensure that you have spare batteries or a solar charger. We just have too many we have too many capabilities. For those of you that are part of the YouTube membership, the little device that I built for using a really old battery jump box that wasn't working properly and adapting that with a solar charger and charge controller. And whenever I need power for just sitting on my porch and making live streams, I just plug it right into that and boom, 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 no problem. It works. It works. It just sits on my porch. That's all it does. It's just this thing that sits on my porch and has power for me that I don't have to do anything to. So we're gonna have to make sure that we have those kind of things in our future if we lose power. Now, another thing we need to do is we need to rethink food storage and cooking. So those solutions preppers know about, but a lot of people don't. So we might want to spread the word. Now, we need to be looking into uh, storing long-term, non-perishable foods such as freeze-dried meals, canned goods, and grains. In fact, today, after I finish with this, I'm going to start a batch of my local preppers world famous chili for supper tonight. I'll send aroma pictures to the members so they can see that I'm living the life and not full of malarkey. We also need to learn food preservation methods like canning, smoking, fermenting, and dehydrating. I need to do some more fermenting because I haven't done that in a while, and the food is really good and it's really good for you. And it's pretty easy to do, actually, by the way. And then we also need to start doing things like cooking on propane stoves and solar ovens, you know, or wood, even using wood-fired methods, you know, because if we don't, then we're not going to have the skills that we need. We won't be like the ability to transition the way it is now into the way it will be if we lose power is where those skills come from. Those skills are the gap. Okay. Well, it's so easy to do it over here on the stove, but now we don't have that. So I instantly grab my gas stove and I put it on top of my electric stove and I open it up and hooking it up and adaptation. Maintain a manual grain grinder, hand tools, and fuel stockpiles. Practice cooking over an open flame or with low-tech equipment like maybe sticks and twigs. Are you going to need to do that? I don't know. Is that kind of like a camping thing? Yeah, kind of. Is it projecty? Yes, it is. But it's also a way to cook food, and that's what adaptation is about. All right, I'm going to go to the chat here real quick. We're getting ready to secure water sources, but we're going to hit the chat first. All right, let's see here. Handheld scanner to monitor many frequencies. Um, you know what? I just realized, guys, do me a favor, put something in the chat. I think I may have had a little bit of a brain fart. I don't think I said put on all the hats if you guys met the goal. I think I said, you know what? I'm just going to go check. I'm just going to go check. I think I said I'm going to reveal the giveaway. Um, on the live stream. Where's my screen at here? I will give away here now. Okay, so that's what I need. This is what I need to do. Why is it doing that live? Let's close that. Live stream back to that. All right, so the next giveaway is going to have many things inside of it, but let me grab it. I'm going to be giving away this TID radio. This is the TD H3. I'm going to be giving that away. Let's see here. It's still in the plastic. There's a story behind this radio, guys. This is going to be the last radio I ever review. And the reason is because I was given this radio by TID Radio to make a video with it. And I kind of forgot about it. And so it's making radio videos is kind of like a labor of love. All right. Because you really have to love what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just not going to. I can't get into the video, guys. I can't get into making this because I have to learn a brand new menu system. And it's just like it's work. It's work. I'm not having any fun with it. It's that easy. You know, and it takes hours, I mean hours to make a radio video. And so the juice is just not worth the squeeze on it. I mean, it'd be different if they were sending me money, but then I would be like obligated. Now I just have this radio that I don't know what to do with in the pile of radios that have been sent to me. Maybe I'll stick that in there too. What do you think? Maybe I'll stick that in there too, just cause. Maybe I'll leave that in the box and it'll accidentally find its way to somebody. But this is the TID radio, and it's going to be this is the next giveaway. So I'll make a video probably in the next 24 hours announcing this. It clearly won't get there in time for Christmas, I don't think, but it will be something. Let's see. I have a TDH3 radio. It works great. I'll be honest with you. One of the things that's and we do need to get back on point here. But one of the things about that particular radio is its ability to clone itself. It can clone itself over to another TDH3. Also, there is a Bluetooth connection. You can control the radio through your phone, I believe. And then also you can also it's this little bitty radio that does freaking everything. And so I need to knock that video out so that I can give this thing away. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Cindy, good morning. Good to see you, lady. Good to see you. Panicking doesn't ever work out for you. You ever try to do something when you're panicking? Does it ever work out for you? Nah, panic is a killer. All right, so getting back on point, guys. Let's get back on point here. So when that video comes out, the way it will work is that for the giveaway is that you will write a word in there that I tag you to, and then I'll do the drawing. Sometimes I do it live, sometimes I don't. Maybe I'll do it live for the members only. If you guys didn't know that, there's a membership. Become a Doomsday Prepper in the members. There's access to all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so secure water sources. Oh, I need some coffee. I need some coffee. Secure water sources. Store large quantities of potable water, at least 1 gallon per person per day for 2 weeks. Now, when we say that number, that's like the survival number, okay? It means I'm not going to wash my butt. I'm not going to do anything but drink. Okay, that's what that number is. That 1 gallon per person per day, and the number is 3 weeks, not 2 weeks. I need to get my here. And that's water. And we've gone over the water. We've gone over that in the Preparedness 101 series. In fact, I owe you guys a video on that. I owe you guys a security video. You know, these holidays, this holiday stuff is killing me, man. I've got the whole side of the table over here is just covered with presents. You know, it's normally nothing there. But anyway, just time is the man killer, something like that. You know, so storage large quantities of water is it's kind of paramount. You really do need to do it. If you don't have the space, find the space. Buy 1 gallon jugs, not the kind that would normally have milk in them. Those are trash and will not last. Water everywhere. Buy the ones that fortunately are clear because that plastic is actually very durable. But stick it in a closet where it's going to be cool, and dry, and dark, and you won't have any issues with the fact that that plastic is clear. Collect rainwater using barrels and purify it with filters, boiling, or chemical treatments. Identify nearby water sources like lakes, rivers, and practice safe water purification methods. As far as adaptation, you know, invest in a gravity fed water filter, you know, like a Berkey system or portable survival filters. You know, you'd be surprised what you can do I'm an advocate for the water drop system. The gravity bag that comes with the water drop system, the whole system is like $35. If you bought a gravity bag from a professional hiking company that was to the standards that that bag is, it's like $70 just for the bag. It's insanely expensive. With the gravity with water drop, the gravity filters are insane. If you're curious, go to localprepper.net. There's a link in the description, and go to my what is it? Products I trust, and it'll be in the middle someplace. All right, let's see. Prepare for temperature extremes. Solution: use wood stove, fireplaces or kerosene heaters, stockpile firewood and blankets. For cooling, create shade with tarps and use natural ventilation techniques like open windows or earth sheltered spaces. As far as adaptation goes, insulate your home naturally with materials like clay, straw, or thermal curtains to regulate the temperature. Now, I'm not advocating for any of that. That's simply a way to do it that it's like a lost art. You know, and as far as heating, focus on heating for a second, because during the winter, people are cold. You know, if you don't have a wood stove in your house, start a fire. You can start a fire outside of your house. Surprise! You know, this is we're almost talking like bushcraft survival here. You know, you could easily set up warming areas outside, creating heat barriers or heat reflectors that you could literally like just have. You know, in the military, we used to have something called a warming tent. They still have them, but they only use them in extreme cold situations where there's actually like a heater, normally a wood burning or diesel burning heater that is like making the tent extreme. And then people would go inside of it like once every hour to warm get the core of their body warm. They would keep hot water, cocoa, tea, coffee, things like that inside to warm their core up. That way they can go back outside and spend, you know, like 50 minutes to an hour out in the extreme cold. So you could use the same idea outside, um, and that would resolve a lot of your issues as far as survival goes from staying warm. Let's see here. We're going to let's see here. I think I'm going to go to the chat. Yeah, insulate. We're going to go to the chat here real quick. Let's push some chat buttons. Okay. Where are we at here? I hate doing that. Just broke all my cast iron out, back out. Been using it a lot lately. Been hearing a whole of non-stick Chinese put on the pans because cancer fell a lot safer with my cast. I got you. I got you. Old days prepping. I know all these preppers are showing up here. This is pretty amazing, guys. This is pretty amazing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, guys, if you have not hit that thumbs up button, please do now. It does help with the algorithm. I'm going to make the videos whether you do it or not. So you're just helping me give information out. Let's see here. Let's see. Turn it off. Hold the top PT button and start button back. Click it on. You're bringing to a menu. Then you choose factory mode and you should go back to manufacturer. You can use this on all frequencies. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's like I don't have the time to learn 27 different menus, you know. I spend most of my day figuring out what I'm going to talk about with you guys. You don't want that to stop, do you? I mean, come on. All right. Let's see here. You can now use Trip to program it. Nope, we're not talking about radios anymore. Nope. I saw Lowe's is now selling back painted water stock tanks. Oh, I heard it's to prevent as much bacteria. Well, yeah, I mean, exactly. Um, see, warning, China, black tanks prevent algae, not bacteria. Gotcha. Algae makes more sense. Thank you. Gotcha. Just, is that Michelle? Am I saying that right? Just Michelle. Welcome to the stream. I love all these new people. Don't worry, old people. I won't forget you. All right, let's see here. So I think we're good to go in the chat for right now. Let's go back to the main screen. Let's see here. Bullseye Ben says, I have 500 gallons of potable water and about 5 months worth of MREs. That's a solid start, dude. That's a solid start. Just make sure you're paying attention to those little bullseyes that are on the box, right? You've got them in boxes. All right. So the next thing is to prioritize transportation and fuel reserves. Now, the solution is to keep bicycles, carts, and other manual transportation tools and maintain a fuel reserve for emergencies, but use it stringently. It's just that simple. We're not going. If the power goes out, if we get hit with an EMP, or the aliens decide to schwack our power systems to weaken us, you're not going to be able to go and get no gas from the gas station. You're going to need to. You're going to have to really nickel and dime yourself with your fuel reserves. Now, the adaptation of that is to plan routes for walking or cycling and learn to navigate without GPS using maps and compasses. I always thought it was hilarious. As we got older, as we became adults and used roads, we uh we've lost the art, the childhood art form of cutting through people's. Everybody remembers that, I hope. Here's a faster way. We're going to cut right through here. If we go through the dark forest, we can get there before anybody knows we were gone. That's the kind of stuff I said when I was a kid. But I knew where all the paths were. If not, I made one. All right, let's see here. Address medical needs. Solution. Build an extensive first aid kit with medications, bandages, and essential tools. Learn basic medical skills like CPR, wound care, and herbal medicines. I realize I need to be talking to you guys about this right here. Boom. Stockpile critical medications and find alternatives for refrigeration dependent medicines. Adaptation. Take first aid and survival medicine courses to be self-reliant in emergencies. Now, I'm going to cover this. This is going to take me a minute. All right. So first of all, you probably notice I've got the Jace Medical shill on there. Why? Because the bottom line is that if you have medications that you need to survive, you should be looking at Jace daily. You should be doing it. Okay. If you are one of the people like me who just wants to have antibiotics, which I have used many times to save a cat, to save a dog, to save a girlfriend's reproductive system, hint, hint, then yeah, I actually have 2 Jace cases. Not a joke. They're on the wall behind me. One day I'll move them down here so you can see them. But you can also save a little bit of money. So 10% off if you use Local Prepper 10. Now, when we also talk about training, I don't even know if I've got a mic when I do that, but if we also talk about training, you need to be looking at Refuge Medical. Now, why do you need to be looking at Refuge Medical? Because they have online seminars that are live that talk about everything from stop the bleed to hemorrhaging or whatever it is. And you can actually like ask them questions while they're giving these courses. I myself will be attending one on Sunday. I got it free when I bought a bunch of stuff from them the other day. If you guys want to use the code PREPSTOCK, sorry, I haven't changed the code yet, but 15% off of whatever you buy. Matter of fact, they're let's see, what did I buy? What did I buy? You know what? We're gonna. I'm making these live streams longer. They used to be just an hour, but now I'm making them longer because I'm finding out that people want more information than I can pack into 1 hour. So hold on. Here's my package from Jace Medical. Showed up yesterday. They really packaged. This is the one where Bobby called me. He's the chief operating officer for them. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So what was in the bag? Well, let's see. First, I bought one of these. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to wear it. There it is. Let's see. How's that look? Is it good? Is it good? I can't tell where the logo is. There. Yeah, there we go. My hair's gonna be all messed up, but I've got my Refuge Medical beanie on now. Let's see. Thank you for your purchase. I got my receipt. I've got my tourniquet, my training tourniquet. Might as well take it out now. Ugh. Come on, training tourniquet. Ah, don't need no instructions. I'm gonna rig it. Oh, it came pre-rigged, kind of. I need to get this down to the red tab, like that. Pre-rigged. Fold it up. Lock it down. Pre-rigged. We're ready to go. Practice tourniquet and a practice. These are actually, does this say sterile? Well, it's a Z fold because for stuffing in wounds, and that's the kit. That's what comes in the practice kit. I don't know if this is sterile or not. It looks like it's sterile. I mean, contains, yeah, contents sterile in unopened. Yeah, okay. So that actually is sterile. So I could actually use this, but I'm gonna use it to train with. So that's what I got from EMP or from Refuge Medical. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take this off. Oh, leave that out. That on the radio. There we go. I'm running out of space over here. Oh, wait, forgot the sticker. A sticker. They love sending stickers out. But anyway, so save some money, get some medical supplies, get some medical training. Because, by the way, if you notice their logo, it says medical training on it. They just don't sell stuff. All right, so we're gonna go back to the main scene. All right, so with all that stuff, Skeins girl, good morning. Yeah, good morning. It's the best time to pray. Let's see here. I carry the new plant delivered quick clot. Oh, I like that. Oh, plant derived. I got you. Let's see. Clay pottery breaking. If you woke up tomorrow, everyone I know you would get Christmas gifts from Jace, Mira, and Refugee. If I woke up rich tomorrow, everyone I know. There you go. I know. You know, it's unfortunate. I think of these companies that I support as they're basically the Glocks of their field. You know, out of the box, they work, no question to ask because they have to. So, all right, let's see here. Gonna scroll down through here. All right, let's see. Address medical needs. Did we just do that? Prioritize. No, we just did that. All right. So the next one is develop off-grid power alternatives. The solution is use solar panels with battery storage for small-scale electricity needs, lights, radios, charging devices. Absolutely 100%. I'm not a fan of some of the El Cheapos you can buy on from China. I think it's actually smarter to buy your own uh, uh, solar equipment. I mean, unless it's like made for your house or something like that, if it's like little projects here and there, buy your own solar equipment, like right off of Amazon, piece it together and go at it because the technology is absolutely there. The cheap stuff is always pre-made, but the stuff you have to build piece by piece, which is super simple. Um, it lasts, and everything I've ever built that was solar is still operational right now. Let's see here. Incorporate wind and hydropower if geographically viable. Yeah, just don't go buy a wind turbine if you live in the middle of a forest and have no way to get your turbine above the tree line. Don't waste your time or money. If you do have the money to buy a wind turbine, I always tell people to go on to get yourself a marine rated turbine that's designed for ships or boats, should I say. Most sailing vessels use them. And they actually, the systems that they have are robust. They do combination systems with solar and wind, and they use microcontrollers to charge those batteries up. It's pretty freaking awesome, but they are more expensive. I will tell you that right now. Use manual tools, hand crank flashlights, solar lanterns, etc., for lighting and basic tasks. Adaptation. Start small and scale up your off-grid power capabilities as resources allow. Many times, the smartest thing to do is to buy a charge controller, okay, that can handle lots of power, okay? That way, you start off with a low amount of solar and a low amount of battery, and then you just start to build on to each one of them, and in this is you're scaling laterally instead of vertically. If you scale up vertically, you end up buying a bigger charge controller every time you buy more stuff. So think about a charge controller that can handle more. Now, let's see here. Starfleet Command. Welcome to the stream. I don't recognize you, but I love it, man. Personally, I'm a Star Wars guy, so if you want to run away now, I understand. But I do like the original Star Trek, and I do like the original Star Trek movies before they had to change all the damn actors because they were 7 million years old. Let's see here. Miko says, right now I'm growing peppers, canned beef tomatoes inside the house, and I got onions growing in the refrigerator, onions in the refrigerator, which I have to plant here shortly. I love it, man. I love it. All right, let's see here. Stick around, Starfleet Command. You probably like this channel. Um, Bullseye says, I got the most versatile gun ever made. It's a combination shotgun rifle. The CZ 584 is a 12 gauge 30-06. Over under with those chambers. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. Let's see here. You can still grow food inside your house in the wintertime. Absolutely, 100%. All right, so let's go here. Embrace manual living and entertainment, things the kids are not going to like to hear. Solution: reintroduce activities like board games, reading, gardening, and music without electronics. Learn to enjoy simpler, slower paced tasks. I tell you what, there's a lot to be said. Wait a minute. Let's do the adaptation. Develop hobbies like crafting, carpentry, or outdoor skills that provide entertaining. Oh, I tell you what, there's a lot to be said for just a simple old record player. And if you can get one that runs on 12 volts, you are the shiznick. Find those records, listen to that great music. AC/DC, Queen, Anthrax, the classics, you know. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to the chat here real quick. All right, so let's see here. I admire you. You got it going on. Occupation to fill. You can still grow food inside. Yep. Revive imaginations. Yes, West Virginia Pappy. I mean, kids don't. Our kids are their brains. I mean, I'm very lucky that I have at least one grandchild that no two grandchildren that have giant imaginations because they were not spoon-fed the world through a cell phone. I have a granddaughter who is barely 4 foot tall that knows how to drive a car, can drive a tractor, can drive a four-wheeler, can drive a side-by-side, that knows how to shoot, has understands the life and death cycle, because of where she was raised and the things that she learned to do. And so she is going to be a strong, resilient person. I have other grandchildren that are going to be, uh, for lack of better words, weak individuals. And this all comes from the imagination because, if you can dream it, you can do it. You remember that? They don't dream, they don't imagine anything anymore. It's all projected. Everything is projected for them. So their brains don't know how to imagine things. It actually is difficult for them. So let's see here. If my cats and dogs mischievous, I would have indoor plants. I know the deal. My cats love to dig, and even when I was growing herbs outside, Prepper Cat would dig all that stuff up. And so what I had to do was I got myself some of that heavy duty chicken wire, and so their paws couldn't fit through it, and I shaped it to the top of the plant of the planter, and then they couldn't get in it. They couldn't get in it. And then as the plant grew, I had to cut holes in the top of it so that the plant could grow through it. But that's the only way I could stop them. Um, let's see. Starfleet Command says, best prep, get a replicator, never run out of anything. But replicators run on electricity. So yeah, and that's what this live stream is about, is no electricity. Let's see here. Everyone should teach their kids gun safety and how to shoot bullseye. Absolutely. All of my grandchildren have been taught that firearms are tools, what their intent, what their purpose is, and how to handle them safely, how to use them let's see. Replicators run on imagination. Gentrification. What's up, Rosa? Hey, I'm telling you, man, if I could have a replicator that was like was it what's going on here? It was what was it? Star Trek quality? Yeah, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it. It'd probably give me cancer and I'd die, but I'd probably do it anyway. I want this. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go ahead and move into mindset. So the mindset is key for survival. All right. The first rule they tell you in survival school is never give up hope. Once you lose hope, all is lost. It's not a joke, it's the truth. So adapting to electricity requires a major mindset shift. Convenience and reliance on modern systems must be replaced with resourcefulness, self-reliance, and pre-planning, preparedness. The modern prepper should 1. Learn new skills, bushcraft, cooking from scratch, repairing tools, growing food, practice. Regularly simulate living without electricity to identify gaps in preparedness. All right, it's time for a second of honesty, guys. If you have shut your power off and your family is there and everything, okay, they had to participate. If you have shut your power off for a week, simulate having more. Put a number 1 in the chat. If you have not done it, put a number 2 in the chat. Let's see what happens. That's right. That's right. Time for a little bit of honest thought here. I'm watching the chat. I'm watching the chat so hard. If you have done a weekend with your family with no power, you just went and flipped the master breaker on your house. Yeah, well, I mean, you flipped them all except for the refrigerator because you can't kill your food. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I've been around guns every day and never had a single issue. Yeah, exactly. One. I got a couple of twos. Tuck has never done it. Starfleet Command's never done it. Involuntary due to deep freeze in Texas. Yep, that'll do that. Summer Texas, welcome. They run on dilithium crystals, not electricity, by the way. Come on, Scanes. Stay on point. I never shut off my power. It shuts off at least once a year anyway. Okay. Let's see here. I think there was confusion, but at least there was participation. You know what I'm saying? And my focus is effort and enthusiasm can get you through anything. 5 days without power, with days of real power out. Gotcha. The longest I ever went was 9 here in the real world. In the third world, you pretty much live without it. So Let's see here. Poor Tuck took it. No, he didn't. He didn't. All right. So, building community. Weekend backpackers count when we got no power. No, it doesn't count. Old dad's prepping. It doesn't count. It's not the same because when you're out on the backpacking trips, your mind is distracted because you're backpacking and camping and enjoying yourself, and you know you have a place to go home to. It does not count. Let's see here. Let's see here. 7 due to the hurricane. All right, so we've got some stuff going on in the chat. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's talk about building community. You know, creating networks with neighbors, family, or groups who can share skills and resources. That's just the way it has to be because, you ever notice when the power goes out, everybody comes outside and says, "Hey, you got power?" It's instant community if you let it be that way. If you let it be that way. Yep, looks like the power's going to be out. I've heard on the radio it's going to be dead for a week. Let's go ahead and have a party, man. 7 o'clock, be in my backyard. Okay. You know, there's an opportunity there. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. All right. So, um, you know, while life without power would be challenging, it is survivable for those willing to adapt. The focus shifts from consumption to self-sufficiency. And it's funny because they call us consumers, right? Yeah. If the focus shifts from consumption to efficiency, emphasizing the importance of preparation and resilience. All right, let's go to the chat. All right, let's see here. What we got here? Skate says two, but there's a Generac and it's just me. I barely use the power because I'm on a tight budget. I got you. I got you. Where are we at here? Power went out last year for about 30 hours. My neighbors had trouble sleeping. We had batter runs fans. I don't know what that means. An electric motor turned in reverse as a generator. I hear that. I hear that. When I was younger, Detroit power outage for 7 to 8 days. Nice. However, 2 weeks without power after Katrina, no water either. There you go. There you go. Everything is survivable if you are willing. Correct. It's all about all about mindset. Battery run fans. Gotcha, Tuck. Gotcha. Okay, guys. We've been doing this for about an hour and a half now. I think I'm all out of things to yap to you about. As usual, hopefully you like what's going on here. We got some subscribers in here and people are doing things. All right, so guys, as usual, hopefully you guys have a great day and do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. Hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. It's free. It costs you nothing. It helps me. And if you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit the subscriber. Everybody check your bells. YouTube has been playing games again. I noticed it the other day. And if you're interested in supporting the channel or just being part of the Cool Kids Club, if you know what I mean, there are links in the description as well as some button someplace on your YouTube glorification box where you can join. Make sure you become a Doomsday Prepper. If you do, you get access to all the cool stuff. It's just that easy. Until the next time or the next video, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye. This one.